right, it's 7:01, so we'll go ahead and get started. I anticipate both of them will be joining us. Hopefully they're not having any technical difficulties. So we'll call this meeting to order, and we'll start tonight with a moment of silence and then Pledge of Allegiance. So if you'd please join me for a moment of silence. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. All right, I see Commissioner O'Connor. All right, now we will go to roll call, so I'll turn to our city clerk.
Commissioner Jones? Here. Commissioner O'Connor?
Present.
Commissioner Esposito?
Present.
Commissioner Reppart?
Here.
Mayor Bliss?
Yes.
And I'll text Commissioner Lanier.
She'll be joining us momentarily, so.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. So we'll go ahead and get started and just anticipate.
You forgot Commissioner Moody.
Oh, sorry, Commissioner Moody.
He's absent.
He got distracted.
I didn't see your little picture on. I was going through my Brady Bunch here.
All right, so let me walk through a few things about our agenda tonight, commissioners. We'll have 3 opportunities for public comment. So the first opportunity only on agenda items that we're voting on. And then we initially on our agenda that we received last week, initially we had 3 public hearings, but the public hearing related to the OPRA, the Obsolete Property Rehabilitation District at 730 Leonard, has been removed off of this public hearing, and we'll have it at our next meeting on December 15th. So tonight the only public hearing, and it really is just procedural, is related to changing the elections for local offices to even year. And then the final public comment is for other items. So before we move on to public comment, I'd like to introduce Ms. Lily Beth Perez. She'll be available tonight if translation services are needed. And just a quick reminder for public comment, you can call 456-3000 or 311. You hit number 1 for the first opportunity for public comment, hit number 1 for the scheduled public hearing number 2, and then the last public hearing is number 3.
No, 5.
Oh, 5, I'm sorry, thank you.
So hit 1 and those numbers, yep, sorry.
Yep, 2 and 5, okay. Thank you for correcting me. So I'll turn to Ms. Perez.
Thank you, Mayor Bliss. Good evening. If you need interpretation services to address the City Commission, I will be able to assist. Please dial 456-3000 or 311 and choose the option you'd like to speak on tonight. Buenas noches. Si necesita servicios de interpretación para dirigirse a la Comisión de la Ciudad, estaré disponible para ayudarle. Marque el 456-3000 o el 311 y elija la opción la que desea comentar esta noche. Gracias.
Thank you, Ms. Perez. All right, so we'll open up our first opportunity for public comment. Again, this is public comment on items that we're actually voting on today. So these are items that were included in one of our standing committee meetings this morning. A few rules about public comment. We ask that you share your name, the city that you live in. And then for this first opportunity for public comment, we ask that you be explicit about what item you're speaking about. And then you'll be given up to 3 minutes to speak. So I'll turn to Daniel to see if we have anyone in the queue.
At this time, Mayor, there are no callers in the queue.
All right, I'll just give it a couple seconds and then we'll close that. All right, seeing no comment, we'll move on. Next will be approval of the minutes from our last commission meeting. Can I get a motion?
So moved. Support.
All right, moved and supported. Commissioners, any questions or comments about the minutes from our last meeting? All right, I'll turn to the city clerk.
Commissioner Isasi.
Yes.
Commissioner Reppart.
Yes.
Commissioner Jones.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Connor.
Yes.
Commissioner Moody,
Yes.
Mayor Bliss.
Yes, it carries. All right, next that will take us to petitions and communications.
The first one is a communication from Joshua Leffingwell regarding their resignation from the Mobile GR Commission.
That is referred to Committee on Appointments.
Communication received regarding the status of COVID-19 testing in Grand Rapids.
That is received and filed.
Communication from Abigail Bruins, Urban Forestry Committee President, regarding the committee's priorities and budget.
That is received and filed.
Communication received from Sharon Stapleton Briggs expressing support for tobacco-free parks.
That's received and filed.
Communication received from Carol Brown regarding crime in Grand Rapids.
That is received and filed.
And communication received from Sam Cummings regarding CARES funding and crime in Grand Rapids.
And that is also received and filed. All right, next that will take us to reports of city officers.
Commissioner Lanier is getting on right now.
Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you, City Clerk.
So Comptroller's report for the period of November 5, 2020 through November 17, 2020 in the amount of $15,013,556.81.
That is received and filed.
Comptroller's monthly funds report, September 2020.
That's received and filed.
And Treasurer's report for the period of October 31, 2020 through November 13, 2020.
And that is also received and filed. All right, next that will take us to our consent agenda. Our consent agenda are items that we discussed this morning at one of our standing committee meetings, and when we voted, they were voted on unanimously, or passed with a unanimous vote, I should say. So tonight with one voice vote, we'll adopt those items. Can I get a motion for the consent agenda?
So moved.
All right, moved and supported. Commissioners, any questions or comments? All right, City Clerk, will you call the vote on that?
Commissioner Repart,
Yes.
Commissioner Lanier,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Connor, Commissioner Moody,
Yes.
Commissioner Isasi, and Mayor
Yes.
Bliss.
Yes, it carries. All right, Commissioners, next that will take us to ordinances to be adopted, and we have 3 ordinances before us tonight. We'll start with the first one.
First one is an ordinance amending section 4.5 of ordinance 2019-55, title change for the classification of equipment trainer.
All right.
So moved.
Support.
All right, moved and supported. Commissioner O'Connor from our fiscal committee, want to tell us about this?
Yes, Mayor. This is super simple. We're just changing the name of what was formerly a fleet operations instructor to become an equipment trainer. The salary range remains the same.
Great, thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, any questions about this? All right, I'll turn to our city clerk to call the vote.
Commissioner Lanier,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Connor,
Yes.
Commissioner Moody,
Yes.
Commissioner Isasi,
Yes.
Commissioner Repart,
Yes.
Mayor Bliss.
Yes, it carries. All right, that will take us to our second ordinance to be adopted tonight.
Yes, this is an ordinance to amend section 4.4 of ordinance 2019-55, update to title and range for refuse collection operator.
All right, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Support.
All right, been supported. Commissioner Moody, you want to tell me about this?
Yes, ma'am. This is a update for title range change, which is to change the refuge compact operator to a refuge collector operator, and also a salary change as well that comes with that. This was done back in 2000. It was voted upon in 2020 of November 10 by the Civil Service Board.
Great, thanks, Commissioner. Commissioners, any questions or comments? All right, seeing none, City Clerk, can you call the vote?
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Connor,
Yes.
Commissioner Moody,
Yes.
Commissioner Isasi,
Yes.
Commissioner Repart,
Yes.
Commissioner Lanier,
Aye.
Mayor Bliss.
Yes, it carries. All right, City Clerk, please, the third ordinance before us tonight.
Yes, an ordinance amending section 3.2 new classification, Director of Equity and Engagement.
All right, can I get a, all right, do I have support?
Support.
All right, moved and supported. Commissioner Isasi, you want to tell us about this?
Yes, happy to. Thanks, Mayor. This is another classification coming from City Manager Washington, wanting to make sure that we continue to have a focus on diversity, inclusion, and equity. So the Diversity Inclusion Office back in March of 2019 was put under the Executive Office. So this just creates that Director of Equity Engagement position, and it was also approved by our Civil Service Board on November 10th. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioners, any questions or comments? All right, City Clerk, will you call the vote?
Commissioner O'Connor,
Yes.
Commissioner Moody,
Yes.
Commissioner Isasi,
Yes.
Commissioner Repart,
Yes.
Commissioner Lanier,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Mayor Bliss.
Yes, it carries. Thank you. All right, Commissioners, that will take us to our one scheduled public hearing tonight. And as I indicated earlier, this is a public hearing to consider changing the election of Mayor, Comptroller, City Commissioners, and our Library Board Commissioners to even years as authorized in Public Act 523 of 2012. So as all of us know, this was put forward through petition, was on the ballot just a few weeks ago, and it passed. So now it is incumbent on us to support this change. And so I'll go ahead and open up this opportunity for public comment. You can call, if you want to speak to this, you can call 456-3000 or 311, hit number 1 and then number 2. And again, I just want to be clear that this is just a required process that we go through, and we'll be voting on it momentarily under resolutions. Daniel, do we have anyone in the queue?
Not at this time, Mayor.
Okay.
But let's just give it a little bit. I'm watching on Facebook to see when we catch up, okay?
All right, Clerk, City Clerk.
All right, we're caught up on Facebook.
No callers in the queue.
All right, thank you, Daniel. I'm going to go ahead and close that opportunity for public comment, or that public hearing, I should say, and that will move us along to City Commission resolutions. So before us tonight, Commissioners, as I just indicated, this is a City Commission resolution changing the election of Mayor, Comptroller, City Commission, and Library Board to even years as authorized under Public Act 523 of 2012. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Support.
All right, moved and supported. Commissioner Repart, is there anything you would like to add?
Yeah, no, Mayor, this is just the resolution to make the changes that the voters of Grand Rapids voted on. And this resolution says that we'll make these changes before January 1st, that we will hold a public hearing, which we're doing this evening, and that we'll make sure that we notice those public hearings. And so it's just a resolution making the changes that the voters confirmed at the polls in this last election.
Great. Thank you, Commissioner.
Just on the first one, just moving to even years, the other one didn't require this resolution.
Yeah, thank you. So the other one was a charter amendment, which is a different process. So just to clarify if anyone is confused about that. All right, any other questions or comments, Commissioners? Commissioner Jones?
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say publicly that clearly the voters have spoken with their decision regarding these two matters, and I just want to again state publicly my real concern about what I see as the potential unintended consequence of this particular body not being able to be as ethnically diverse as it currently is, based on the fact that from here on in for elections, it is going to be rather costly. And our elections will be taking place during the gubernatorial and the presidential years. And there will be, I think for lack of a better term, competition in terms of trying to, run a race while in the midst of presidential or gubernatorial. And I just have my hope is that I'm proven wrong, and that those who aren't in a position to raise significant dollars to run a competitive campaign will indeed have a fair shot to compete and to potentially become a city commissioner. Again, I'd love to be proven wrong, but that is my greatest concern, is that this will have a very significant impact on the makeup of our commission. We have been, I think, fortunate to finally have a commission that in many ways mirrors the community in which we serve. And I think this particular, this new election cycle or process could very well indeed negatively impact that. So I just wanted to make that statement.
Thanks, Commissioner. All right, anyone else? Any questions or comments? Okay, I'll turn to our city clerk. City clerk, will you call the vote?
Commissioner Moody,
Yes.
Commissioner Isasi,
Yes.
Commissioner Repart,
Yes.
Commissioner Lanier,
Aye.
Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Connor,
Yes.
Mayor Bliss.
Yes, it carries. All right, Commissioners, that will take us to our last opportunity for public comment tonight. This is for any other items. So again, if you wish to call in tonight, we ask that you share your name, the city that you live in, and we'll give you up to 3 minutes to speak. You can dial 456-3000 or 311, and you can hit the number 1 and then number 5. Daniel, I'll turn to you. Do we have anyone in the queue? Can you all hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Daniel, do we have
I
any?
apologize. I was muted. I'm sorry. There are no. There's one caller in the queue.
Okay, thank you, Daniel.
Caller, you're on with the City Commission. Please state your name, the city in which you live, and you have 3 minutes. Your time starts now.
Yes, City Commissioner Scott Atchison. And I want to tell you that we still need an information center at Pearl and Monroe. I hope that you all received the letters I sent in the mail. That's all I can say right now. The COVID thing has put my ability to give presentations to you face to face at a halt. Because I like looking in your eyes when I speak truth to me. But I'm going to be going to other boards, commissions when they open to tell you you need an information center at Pearl and Monroe. Nobody knows what's open, and once you do reopen after COVID, everybody needs to know what's open on a daily basis. You know, I want to create the best information center in the country for Grand Rapids and then export it to other cities. And I think it should be called the Bitzelmeyer Amway. There is benefits in the naming right. Just some food for thought for you. Have a good day.
Caller.
All right, thank you, Mr. Atchison. Daniel, anyone else in the queue?
There are no more callers in the queue, Mayor.
All right, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and close that opportunity for public comment, and I will turn to my colleagues, and I'll start with Commissioner Repart.
Thanks, Mayor. Wow, that was short and unexpected, but and it was a fairly light day today. But there are two things that I thought I would highlight. One is the amazing job that's happening in our parks, thanks to the voters passing that millage, so that we can make those investments, and also that we approved a really huge step toward meeting our sustainability goals with the solar at Lake Michigan Filtration Plant. So very excited to see that. And I also like that we're using a creative method of financing it so that the city's not taking on the risk, and it's actually going to net positive cash flow for us. So that's really, really good news that we can meet several goals at once. So yeah, thanks for the day, everyone, especially the city staff. Everything is all prepared as always, and everybody have a good night.
Thank you, Commissioner. How about let's go Commissioner Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to begin by wishing a happy birthday to our colleague, Commissioner Lanier. She just celebrated her 28th birthday on yesterday. Wanted to recognize her trip around the sun. And I also wanted to take a moment to thank, since we're in the time of Thanksgiving, just wanted to make mention of the fact that I'm very grateful and thankful to be in service with all of you, and thankful for the time and the commitment that you have put forth in this work, as well as the time and commitment put forth by our staff, city staff. I'm extremely grateful that we have been engaged in pandemics throughout the course of this year, and yet we've found a way to survive. And I'm just really grateful to be, more than anything, doing life with all of you in this space. I will be the first to say, and I'm sure that you would agree, that this is not easy work, and yet it is something that I think is very necessary. And so appreciate you guys. And I want to close by recognizing and sending out much love and prayers to the family of Honesty Hodges. I'm sure many of you or all of you were aware of the fact that Honesty Hodges passed away by way of complications by way of COVID-19. And so I wanted to send out, again, love and prayers to her family, and would ask that you all would join us, would join me in that act. Tough stuff indeed. And I want to also recognize my colleague and friend, Clee Jackson, for the work and the actions of the NAACP, and recognizing Honesty Hodges, and again, using it as an opportunity to remind folks about the importance of following the protocols and doing all that we can to keep safe in this season of COVID. So thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner. I know we all send our prayers to the Hodges family, and just we're really terribly saddened to hear about the news of Honesty. So thank you. Let's see. Let's go to Commissioner Isasi.
Thank you, Mayor. I wanted to just say congratulations to a few of our city staffers. I think regularly our city staffers are highlighted for awards both locally, statewide, and nationally. But a new award, the MPWRD, I believe both Mr. Brandon Davis and Miss Stacy Stout, and perhaps others, and my apologies, maybe if city manager knows of any others, but we're recognized with this influential award that will be in July. So kudos. It's always great to see our city staffers being recognized for the work that they're doing, and that continued engagement with our community and building of social capital, and also working for policy changes for all in our city. I also just want to highlight, I think many of you have been following along. Today is Giving Tuesday. There's a number of wonderful organizations in this city. And, you know, my thought is, if you are able to, and I think there has to be a recognition that some may not be able to during this time because of the continued effects of COVID. But if you are able to, sometimes even sharing an organization in this city that you believe is doing good work, whoever that is, whoever that organization, to please consider that. And just wanted to continue to highlight the work that the Community Foundation has done in seeding La Lucha Fund to support those in our community who haven't had any access to our federal support. So really grateful that we were able to put some dollars towards that, and just think about others during this very difficult season. Thank you.
Thank you. You all are taking on, I'm crossing things off that I was going to say today. So we'll add I'll add my congratulations. I know all of us are really proud of city staff, especially we appreciate the work of Stacy and Brandon, and thanks for highlighting Giving Tuesday. Let's go to Commissioner Lanier, the birthday commissioner.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be brief. I think Commissioner Jones's point about Honesty Hodges really was a tough thing to digest. And, I too have been praying for her family. And thank you, Commissioner, for mentioning that this evening, because this virus is no joke and it is running rampant in our community. And I just encourage all of us to be as safe as possible, and to encourage others to be as safe as possible too. Have a good evening. And thanks for the birthday shout out to my 28th, by the way, birthday shout out. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Thank
John
you.
was the youngest on the commission.
I lost track. Are you still the youngest, Commissioner O'Connor? Yeah? All right.
Are you
sure? Is close behind.
Well, and Commissioner Isasi too. I don't know. Are you all about the same age? Or is he younger? Okay.
I'm older than him. Don't let the hat fool you. Or he's young with that hat on.
His facial hair.
All right. How about I'll turn to Commissioner Moody.
Yeah, Madam Mayor, ditto to everything everybody has said. Everybody has said most of the things I was going to say. But I want to just let you know that this COVID disease is no joke. People are dying. We do need to be careful. And being on the front lines myself, I'm doing everything within my power to be careful. It is frightening and it is scary. And like Commissioner Jones and Lanier said, my heart goes out to the Honesty Hodges family. I had an opportunity to talk with them and have some conversation with them on yesterday. And it is a sad, sad occasion for them. And so I pray that that we all realize that the impact of her death is not over.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner O'Connor?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So there's been a lot of comments about things to be thankful for and serious concerns we have in our community. And, I'm going to take a minute just to say how, unfortunately I missed last meeting due to a planned absence. And I'm regretful that I did. I have some real frustration, colleagues, about, the one vote I missed that I didn't think would be an issue. And, as we talk about violence in our community, we talk about solving long-term systemic problems that exist. The fact that we turned down $500,000 that will now come out of our general fund is a terribly fiscally responsible move on our part as a body. And so, as we move forward through a pandemic, having heard today from our treasurer about and our mayor yesterday speaking and advocating on our behalf for additional resources for our community to tackle these problems related to COVID and the economic downturn. There's $500,000 now that's going to come out of our general fund that's not going to be able to be, used flexibly to solve problems. And so I'm sorry to our friends and partners at the county that we weren't able to take those dollars and put them to good use. I'm sorry to my friend Robert Olmack for his advocacy to help secure those dollars for residents in the city of Grand Rapids. And ultimately, I'm sorry to the residents of Grand Rapids that we're not going to have those dollars to help fight violence.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'll turn to our appointed officials. I'll start with our city clerk.
Yes, thank you. Another great day of meetings. And just thankful to that elections are going through. Just almost all the states have certified their elections. We know that there's hearings and things going on. So so we'll continue to watch till the Electoral College does their work. Just remember that. And finally, go green, beat Duke.
Thank you, City Clerk. Let's go to our City Attorney.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd just like to also express my sincere sympathy to the Honesty Hodges family and say happy birthday, Commissioner Lanier, and have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you, City Attorney. And our City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to follow up on the recognition of city staff as always. I'm indeed grateful for the great professional work that they do day in, day out, both in preparation for this meeting, but in all the services that are provided to our community. So my appreciation to them and the other staff that was likewise recognized or nominated for the MPWRD Award included Alvin Hill, Sierra Atkins, as well as Yvette Pittman. And there may be others as well, but those are the ones that I'm aware of. So congratulations to them. I also want to express my condolences to the Hodges family, as well as all those who have suffered loss of loved ones due to the virus. I spoke to a city employee today prior to the meeting that informed me of her loved one also passing, both aunt and uncle, due to COVID infection. And it is having an impact. It's having an impact on our organizations. We have a significant number of employees who have been out, but yet we are a resilient organization in our frontline services, and we continue to find a way to offer services to the public. So I want to thank those employees and the public as well for helping us be as safe as possible in public spaces. I also want to encourage everyone to continue to follow the guidance of our state health officials and local county health officials in doing everything that they can during this holiday season, and encouraging everyone to take advantage of the testing resources that we have in our community. I've had the privilege to go to several of the locations, and particularly if you call for an appointment, there is hardly any wait, and they're able to get you in and out very expeditiously. And so I want to encourage everyone to practice safe social distancing, as well as good hygiene practices. But also, if you have any concerns about whether or not you've been exposed, to please go and get tested. Thank you.
Thank you, City Manager. And I'll end with just following up on that, about how important it is that we all follow those medical precautions, especially now as we continue to see a rise in cases. It's really devastating. And as so many of you have said, it's really serious. So I'll end. I know this Saturday, just so everyone is aware, I'll try to get the word out as much as all of you, but there is a free COVID testing and flu shots that are being put on by Cherry Health this Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2, and it's going to be over at Pilgrim Rest Baptist Church. And you can pre-register online, and as City Manager said, you can set up a time to go, and it's a really quick process. So there's a number of opportunities for testing and for free flu shots. You can go to the Access Kent website and go to the health department. You can see a full map there and a full listing. And if you have any questions, of course, you can always call the city at 311, and we can help direct you and get you the information that you need. So with that, Commissioners, I hope you all have a good rest of the night. And if I don't see you before then, although I probably will, we'll see you for our last commission meeting of the year, which is in 2 weeks on December 15th. And then we'll have a little bit of a break from during the holiday before we come back together in January. So with that, we are adjourned.